This is big breaking emergency news. More buildings and more apartment complexes have been taken over by these gangs. And we're also getting a new warning by the mayor of Aurora, Colorado. He is warning that he thinks these gangs are being funded and they're being put here on purpose. That's what he is telling us right now. And we're also getting reports of a biker convoy, a biker rally movement to go to Aurora, Colorado. That's what's bubbling up on social media right now. So we're going to get into all these stories really quick, guys. Please just hit that like and hit that subscribe. I'm posting multiple videos a day, keeping you guys updated, and it just helps to get these warnings out, and I appreciate that. All right, so we have lots of big stuff going on. New apartment buildings have been taken over, and we're getting reports that potentially there could be a major biker convoy to Aurora, Colorado. That's what's bubbling up on social media. People are saying that they're seeing biker movement going towards Aurora right now, right? This is unconfirmed, but people are trying to get a big rally to go there right now, and the movement is growing on social media, and more people are joining. There's even been talks of biker gangs going to Aurora, Colorado as well too, like the Hells Angels allegedly. All right, that's what people are reporting. There's no confirmed reports, but people are trying to get a movement of bikers to go to Aurora right now. They're trying to get a major convoy to go there to put pressure on the government and also put pressure on these organizations, the TDA, the Tren de Aragua, that has taken over parts of Aurora. Okay, so that's what's happening right now, and they're trying to get thousands of bikers to go to Aurora. So let me know down below if you're hearing anything about that. There's also reports that new parts of the city now going all the way up into Denver, because this has mostly been focused on Aurora, but now we have parts of Denver being taken over too. It's being reported that 3 different apartment complexes have been taken over allegedly by this organization, right? That's taken over other ones in Aurora, right? There's reports allegedly that the Cedar Run apartments in Denver has been taken over. The Villages at Gateway has been taken over, and also the Atri apartments in Denver as well has been taken over by this Venezuelan organization allegedly. That's what's being reported, and even some of the reviews of people leaving reviews on these apartment complexes, they're even saying similar things. People going back weeks and months ago are saying that their apartment complex has been taken over and overrun, and they're even saying it's by these Venezuelan groups. Okay, that's what's people are even leaving reviews on for these apartment complexes. All right, so more buildings have been taken over, 3 more inside of Denver as well. So there could be dozens of buildings that have been taken over that have just not been reported on, and the police are not doing anything about it. People are saying that it's chaos. They were leaving reviews at these apartment complexes all day and all night, and it never stops, and the police and nobody does anything about it. Right? That's what the reviews say for these apartment complexes too, right? So we also have an update from the mayor of Aurora, Colorado as well too. He has given a new interview, right? He gave an interview, and he was saying that he thinks that these members of this gang were put here. He's saying somebody put them there, and somebody is funding these people to be here, right? And he's saying potentially even the federal government funded and allowed these people to come in, right? So I want you to listen to what The Aurora, Colorado mayor just said this is a new interview. I know I had an interview he did a couple days ago. This is a new one. And he's giving an update because they're doing investigations on this. And he's giving an update on what he thinks is going on. So listen to this really quick, and then I'll give you guys some more details.
Aurora, Colorado. Mayor, thank you very much for coming on with us. It seems it's tough to even get some confirmation of the details of what is going on there. First off, can you confirm whether or not this gang has taken over these buildings there in Aurora?
So there are several buildings actually under the same ownership, out-of-state ownership, that have fallen to these Venezuelan gangs. I'm trying to walk it back and do the investigation as to how there's a concentration of Venezuelans in these three buildings. Somebody put them there, and somebody funded it. Whether it's federal government or not, we're trying to find out who. These gangs apparently are attracted to where there's a concentration of Venezuelan migrants, and so they've in fact have kind of pushed out the property management through intimidation and then collected the rents. We have now, or have had, it is ongoing operations with a task force of local law enforcement, state law enforcement partners, and federal law enforcement partners to root them out. And arrests have been made, but these operations are still ongoing.
With the arrests that have been made, are these confirmed gang-affiliated members?
You know, this is an organized criminal effort. Whether it's Tren de Aragua, that remains to be seen. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, if they're Venezuelan migrants and they're conducting crime in an organized manner, they're a problem.
So, okay, so you're able to confirm that this Venezuelan gang has indeed taken over at least some of the buildings. You're saying at least two of the three. And what I just heard from you is you don't know how they ended up there. And you even made a suggestion that they could have been sent there by federal officials. I heard you suggest. Well, I mean, do you have any reason to believe that to be the case?
So here's the problem. I think we're a victim of a failed policy at the southern border, because what you have, Venezuela does not according to my law enforcement, Venezuela does not cooperate with the United States in sharing criminal histories. You've had a third of the country leave. You've had these massive waves of migrants coming across the border that many of them crossed the border illegally, were arrested, asked for political asylum, were not adequately vetted, were released into the country. The city of Aurora, we did everything we could to quite frankly keep them out of the city, because it's not our problem. This is a federal problem. This is a problem borne by the federal government. But what we're trying to find out, and what I believe occurred, was that federal agencies worked with some of our local nonprofits and put them there. Now, most of these people are very good people. But there's a criminal element that, from what I understand, what law enforcement is briefing me, that often follows them, intends to exploit them within their own migrant community. And so we believe that is happening now. Now, we're the 51st largest city in America, with over 400,000 in population. This is only several apartment complexes. Yeah. But nonetheless, I'm not going to surrender any part of this city to a criminal element.
With all due respect, it's no longer, I mean, just in the hands of the feds when you've got, we've heard reports that this gang has green-lighted its members to attack your local police. What are you doing about that, Mayor?
Well, we're aware of that in the Denver metropolitan area, that there are elements of Tren de Aragua here. And so, we're, in terms of how our police operate, the tactics, what they're doing to protect themselves, is our number one priority.
All right, so that was the Aurora mayor, and he made some key points there. Okay, something that I wanted to bring up is that these gangs are taking over apartment buildings. Now we're having reports that 3 more in Denver, right? This isn't even in Aurora. These are other ones in Aurora, okay, that were taken over. Now we have some in Denver, and he is saying that these organizations are still forcing people that stay to pay rent. All right, so some people are just being kicked out, and other people are staying, but they're still paying rent to these gangs now. So now they're making money as well too, right? This is insane. So you're living here, you're paying money to this criminal organization so they do not harass you and do not take your apartment away from you that they don't even own. Okay, that's what he was even saying on the news there. He's saying that citizens are paying these organizations rent and funding them, giving them money, allowing them to expand their operations even more. Okay, so that's big. That's a major admission that he made. Kind of just a little thing in the details there that he kind of just swept under the rug. That's major, right? People are funding this, okay? And he also was saying that he thinks the federal government funded this and put these groups here. Okay, so how did they not know who they were letting in? Because that's the point. We don't know who's coming in. And there's no real vetting, especially with certain countries. They do not share their databases, right? And countries like Venezuela have been releasing a lot of their prison population, and they've been coming to the US. A lot of these gangs, that's why there is a massive influx here, because they've been released from Venezuela and now they're coming here. Okay, and Venezuela is having their own issues right now too. They're having contested elections right now, right? There's a major issue internationally. Countries are questioning their elections, right? And there's also been a major power outage as well in Venezuela. This just happened a few days ago. A nationwide power outage hit, and the the country capital, Caracas, was in a complete blackout, right? And the leader of Venezuela was saying that this was due to sabotage. He was saying that the power grid was being sabotaged, which is, maybe it's true, or maybe their power grid is having issues, but it was a nationwide blackout. And this unrest, more people are coming here every single day from Venezuela, okay? And they are opening up their prison populations and allowing them to leave, and a lot of them end up in the US. This has actually been going on for a couple years now, and now the levels and the concentration of these organizations inside the US has reached a tipping point where they operate out in the open, okay? And another key point too, that the news anchor said, this was on Fox News, a interview. Another key point too is that they said these gangs were given the green light. Okay, that is true. I made a whole video on this a few months ago, how a document was sent around to all the major police departments in the country, and they're being warned that these gangs, and specifically this TDA, they have given the green light to fire on law enforcement, okay, and to attack law enforcement openly. And they're saying they're not worried about it anymore. These criminal organizations, they're openly going to challenge the police departments, okay? And just today as well too, there was a very sad, tragic incident in Dallas PD. There was a attack and a assassination of a police officer sitting in his car, okay? And it's alleged right now that a gang member ran up to the car and was filming it and took this police officer out, this Dallas PD officer, right? This is very tragic, very sad, and it's alleged that it's one of these gang members. We don't know exactly which one, but that's what's being alleged right now, because they have been given the green light, and they were filming it as well too, because this is even part of things like initiation and things like, you know, they say this is how they prove their trust in the criminal organization. Okay, they force them to commit crimes to move up the next level inside the organization. Okay, so this could have been a part of that, and very sad. They were filming it. Insane what's going on in our country. This is not normal, and this should not be happening. And in Mexico this year, there were, I believe it was over 50 candidates that were shot in Mexico this past election year. Over 50 different candidates that were shot. Okay, some of them survived, some of them didn't. But over 50, I believe, all right? I think it was like 53 off the top of my head in Mexico. Okay, we do not want that to be the new normal inside the US, and it seems like we are slowly creeping towards that, especially in these major cities. All right, so please hit it up for me down there, guys. Hit that like and that subscribe. It helps to get these warnings out. I appreciate that. Let me know what you guys are hearing, boots on the ground. If you're hearing any movements, they're trying to get a massive biker convoy to go to Aurora, Colorado right now. Okay, so let me know if you hear any movements on that, and if you're going there, what are you guys doing? Okay, and let me know, boots on the ground, what's going on in Aurora and Denver too, all right? Because this situation is deteriorating, and these are beautiful, beautiful cities. Okay, I love Denver, Boulder. I love this part of the country, but the past few years especially, it's gotten a lot worse. Things are deteriorating. Okay, my hat here, this is from Colorado, right? It's a Rocky Mountain National Park hat. Okay, I love Colorado, and it's sad to see what's going on there. I don't want this to happen. Okay, so let me know what you guys are seeing. Hope you guys are staying safe and staying protected and defending yourself, defending your family. It's going to be critical right now, and especially in the future if these things don't turn around. So thank you guys. I hope you have big blessings for your life, your family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.